let's take a look at the international students and their issues. Housing is the biggest problem for all the students, be it international or local. The students really would like to know what you can do for them in a short term. Solutions coming in the next few years are not easy for them. So what can you do in the next few months is the question. And many surveys indicate that international students are unable to integrate easily because of the language challenges and the lack of avenues to interact with local citizens. Does the municipality see a role in this? And would the municipality finance such initiatives? Let's start with Day 66.
Thank you very much. D66 and GroenLinks organized a brainstorm to address the needs for student housing, which led to a new covenant with the housing corporations to build thousands of new accommodations in the upcoming years. And in addition to that, our alderman, well, not our alderman, but the alderman of Eindhoven, has spoken to our neighboring municipalities such as Oorschot, Best, Zonnebreugel, Nune, Geldop, and the others, to ask them also to build student accommodation as well. We always thought that students only wanted to live in the city, but they seem to be willing to commute, so that's good if they can help us out. We are in favor of creating a student campus, such as in other student cities. This could be near the train station, Woens XL, or if the living conditions improve, near the airport district. International students are also recruited by education institutions, and we see a role for them as well to provide them with accommodation and integration.
In the last years, I've been talking with a lot of students, and they are facing a big problem. The one is a roof above your head. How can I find a studio? How can I find a place? That's a terrible thing. But the second one, which really touch me, is they are lonely. They are suffering of loneliness. These are two big problems that we don't have to we have to listen to these problems and to these people. There are many studios that can be made, for instance, in a nursing. People, like students, can do voluntary job and buy and rent a little studio for few money. And they also help elderly people, sick people walking around. So it helps the loneliness, but it also helps the student to find this affordable place.
Yeah, over the past years, we have closely collaborated with Dutch and international students to find solutions for the housing crisis, also what you already said. And we were really proud that we realized both solutions on the short term, think about extra homes at the Berenkuil, but also made agreements for the long term. And I already said it, that we have a rental team that has helped hundreds of students to come up for the rental right. And like my colleague said, mental well-being is now a big problem among students, especially during the corona crisis. And that's why we organized a brainstorm sessions with youngsters and students to see how to tackle this. And one of the outcomes is that we connected actually the initiatives in the city, like buddy systems or platforms against loneliness, with, for example, the chief well-being officer of the TUE, so that these initiatives will also be more known for the international students, and then they can find actually the right help, the right support, the right community in Eindhoven.
Yeah, on this topic, actually, the digitalization comes to us. I think it's very important to bring demand and supply of housing and activities for students together here. So as Volt, we think it could be very good to have a platform where you can meet each other, and the council can make that happen. So that when you're a student, when you're new in Eindhoven, you can really easily find, for example, a short homestay. Really good for the people already living in Eindhoven to meet internationals, to meet new students. And for new students, first of all, language practice is really arranged, housing is arranged, and you can adjust to Eindhoven, meet Eindhovenaren, and really get a good feeling about it. And then you can can find housing. Of course, it's an issue, and we have to. We've talked about it. It's a general issue, but for us here, the digitalization is very important to help the student connect with the people in Eindhoven and with the Eindhovenaar and become an Eindhovenaar.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot has been said already, but we are also currently looking into broader areas than only Eindhoven. So think about Helmond, Nune, and so on, because it is hard to find places. On the same time, in the same time, we are looking at new initiatives, and by far we support everything that we can think of right now, because it is a huge problem, and we want to have all these students, and we want to keep them here. They are us. So what we're doing is looking into buddy programs, not only for students, but also from companies. And also there is a platform, by the way, that will help and facilitate. But we also look at permits for people, people and families to house students in their home. So a short period of time, a couple of months to help, and we can extend that as a council as well. So basically we support anything we can think of, and we have to get together here. I have heard a couple of ideas already that we can look into.
Yes, thank you. Now, many of the ideas indeed already have been said. A lot of good short-term ideas we also agree with. Sharing homes, building more student homes, you name it. But we are becoming more and more of an international city, and we're behaving like sometimes like a collection of villages we used to be. And this also requires a mentality change and the realization that this is also a structural problem very much related to the housing market crisis we have been talking before. So the answer here also connects a lot to the housing market answers I've been saying. We have to help fix a broken market. We cannot do that by ourselves, but it is all interconnected, and we have to see it like that. Furthermore, and I'm happy my colleague of the CDA mentioned that loneliness is a very serious problem. We don't pick up the signals among international students enough. Our networks there are not strong enough. We have to make sure we pick up the signals, build those associations, organizations, meeting places where people can more easily integrate with each other and help them, and make a portal where they can come to for information.